Well, here we are back on this radio again. This is a J71, and I decided to pull the tubes because I have to check the transformer out on these. But I wanted to pull the tubes first and then mark each one where they go, because it had nothing there. I only had the schematic with the tube arrangement on it. So I've made it easier on myself by marking all the tube numbers in there. And let's see, I can make that come closer. Like up there, 6SA7's up there. And then down below, 6SK7. GT, it's a glass tube. There's another 6SK7, and we can go across, and then we have the 6SK7s right between the two IF coils, and then we have the 5Y3 right next to the transformer for the power supply, so that's the rectifier. And then we have the 6S Q7 up here. And then at the top, at the back, I had to mark them so that I could see them. I had to put one next to the transformer. It would be a 6J5. And then the one here on the end that's way up there is the 6Y6G. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge with this radio. Some of the other things they've done is, for instance, let me see, I'll get my pointer here. Here it is. If you look up here, right up here, coming off the trimmer cap, notice they got copper straps. They were using copper straps on this, and they're using copper straps over here on the tunable cap, tunable capacitor, and they're using those to connect them. And I guess because they want to make sure they had a nice solid connection, I suppose, when they originally built this, these are the all original straps and stuff in it. Don't mind me, I still have a cold. So, yeah, I guess we want to make sure they had a good connection on those, and the copper straps, I guess, definitely would do that. And then they've got another tie point down here too that's screwed into the chassis. So yeah, it's built pretty solid, and luckily the tuning the line there is still in pretty good shape. The dial cord is still in nice shape. It's not messed up. But the other problems. Here the rubber, besides the fact that the radio's fallen over, the insulation, of course, is coming off. It's just coming off of this completely. So we're going to have to go ahead and rewire everything, I think, because there's just no way. I've got those, plus I have... The sucker's gonna go ahead and come apart on me here. Okay, so yeah, even these are wires going to the speaker, but the problem with these wires is, well, if you take a look, come back some, they are all just bent and broken and twisted. It's just a total nightmare here. I mean, I label them so I know they do go to the speaker. This is the top part of the speaker, and this goes to the bottom part of the speaker. But they're both in basically the same shape. Most of the other wiring, if it's not cloth covered, it's really in bad shape. So it's definitely going to have to be rewired on top of that. So on top of the switch and everything else, it's definitely going to have to be redone. Everything's going to have to be rewired. I did find out that the labels and stuff underneath are still good. They still pretty much have a lot of the same markings and stuff. Let's see if I can flip this back over. Oh, if you look down there at the bottom, it's still got a lot of decals and stuff from GE. This is still labeled and everything. So got the stamps and everything else on it. Even with the if you look over here, the J71 is over here too, for the model number of the radio. It's got the model number right there. Let's see my pointer. Oop, I'm going to tilt it back some more. It's right there. Oop, I'm picking up a tube. Can't do that. Alright. Yeah, the J71's there. Kind of smudged. It's got, it looks like a chassis number stamp on it too, 6670. But yeah, it's got all the, and it says LA 107, I don't know half the stuff is. But it does say up here on this one, GE radio. And it's got A after it, and it says C rating label. Well, I guess this is a rating label. And it's, yeah, it's worn off a bit, but you can still see it. Phono, what does it say? Phono television, that's what it looks like. Phono television frequency modulation is what it says on. But that's where the, in other words, that's where the phono plug was, right here in the back. So, yeah, and then it's got the antenna wires back here, and then for the speaker. So, yeah, it's definitely turning into a lot more wiring than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, well, that's the problem when you get these radios that looks like somebody went ahead and had it sitting down in their basement for 30 years, and the mice got to it and everything else. So yeah, you can only do so much, you know, on these old things, and you just got to start replacing stuff. You don't have much of a choice. But at least I can move back and forth with my camera thing here. This time here I'm using my Nikon this time. I'm not using my other Kodak PlayTouch, but it works just as well. I still have the zoom on it too, where I can zoom in on everything if I want to. And of course Chubby's trying to make noise. There you go. You say his name and he starts making noise. But anyhow, that's what I want to show you today, and just the amount of work I'm going to have to go through. It keeps getting worse. Now that I have a cold, it's getting harder to do stuff. So anyhow, that's going to be it for now. See you guys later.